Hi, beautiful soul, and welcome to Mystic Monday. I'm so glad you're here with me today and here with this growing community of mystics and seekers. A mystic, what is it? What is the archetype of a mystic? To my understanding and to my belief and to who I am, a mystic is somebody who doesn't walk in line, who is really here to discover truth through their own direct experience, not by just reading, but by standing on the mountaintop and invoking heavenly energies. A mystic is a seeker of truth. A mystic is a heart centered, spiritual being who desires to feel God, not just read about it. Sufi mystics like Rumi are all about deep, compassionate oneness and service. And this is the true power that we have. From adaptation to authentic power, where is this power coming from? And it is God. It is the God of your own understanding, mystic's choice. Use whatever language you want, the divine universe, you know your options. This is the source of our life and our power. And the opposite of codependency is knowing who you serve every day and directing your desire to the one true source, to the well that never runs dry. There's a quote that says, "The desire for your own soul will seize all other desires." And Hinduism says your soul, the Atman, is equal to Brahman or God. So that place within you, that indescribable place, you can't even talk about it because language limits our understanding. It limits us, which isn't bad. We need to have logic on this planet and discern and make decisions. But when we talk about the mystical, we're talking about the heart. We're talking about a felt experience of who we were before we were born. And the mystics are on the quest of discovery. They don't settle for information or paths laid out by other people or even organized religion often, but they actually crave to know God for themselves and to create their own understanding, their own religion, so to speak, that's rooted in embodied experience. When I was at the end of my 4-year toxic relationship, gosh, about over 10 years ago, I had found spirituality. I was developing a relationship with God beyond my Southern Baptist upbringing. I had found yoga, Eastern thought. It was changing my life from the inside out. I was in the Kroger parking lot, and I was walking to put my shopping cart back, and a woman in a car drove past me, stopped, rolled her window down, and said, "Hey, I like you. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Something about your energy." She closed her window and drove off. I got back to my car and I sobbed. I sobbed because I knew it was a message. I knew that I was healing. I knew that I was awakening. And that's divine grace. When God uses others to confirm our path. And so I want to ask you, when was the last time you experienced divine grace? When you experienced an unexpected healing, when you felt unexpected bliss? This happens to me when I'm behind the wheel driving on a dark highway. Maybe it's my moon in Sagittarius, or maybe driving is just some type of a flow state. Let me know if you experience this too. And over me just washes sometimes when I'm driving at night, this experience of divine grace where all of a sudden I glimpse true reality. And true reality is the opposite of resistance. It's complete yes to what is. Enlightenment A state of clear seeing is a state void of all resistance. It's a complete fuck yes to what is. That doesn't mean you're not striving for growth. That doesn't mean you're not striving to create more and help others. No. It means that you are at peace with what is. When you're in resistance to something in the moment, that's not enlightenment. Resistance is a thought of I should be different or things should be different. And that creates a veil between us and God. That creates illusion due to ignorance. In yoga, this is called avidya or ignorance. The Buddha said, and Buddha means the awakened one. This is Siddhartha Gautama. He became the Buddha. He became the awakened one. He says, the root of all suffering is grasping. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Suffering happens due to spiritual forgetfulness. When you forget that you are one with God, when you forget that you are already the Buddha, the Christed one, that lives within you right now, not later, right now. And when you take a breath and remember the greatest thing you could ever remember, that you are one with God, that love is not holding back with you. You are the only one that could create a barrier between you and love or you and your true nature. You're the only one that can do that. And when you remove the veil, the fog, and when you realize that love never left, God never left, Rumi says, what you're hungry for is closer than the big vein on your neck. Stop efforting so hard and receive the love that you are. When you do this, when you realize this, you are enlightened. And then being a human is all about, oops, I forgot. And oh, there's this wound. And it's always the purification of the heart. You're never going to get it perfect, and you already are perfect. That's a little bit of Zen Buddhism. You already are the golden Buddha. You already are one with the divine. Why are you holding love back from yourself? This is the question. If you knew that you're doing enough, you're trying, you're doing enough with what you have. If you knew that, how would you feel in your body? How present would you be at the dinner table? This is the power of the mystic, is to wake up. The shamans say, when you remember who you are, there's a rumbling laughter over the mountaintops. And maybe we forget who we are for a reason. Maybe the spiritual amnesia of forgetfulness. Oops, I forgot I'm holy love. Oops, I forgot I'm more than enough. Maybe that journey to forgetfulness is the journey back home. Maybe that's not wrong either. That's enlightenment. That's realizing that everything is walking you home to yourself, as Ram Dass says. We're all just walking each other home. And this is a realm of contrast. So if you have experienced separation with partners, you're being set up for your soulmate. If you've experienced lack, you're being set up for abundance. You're being set up. Your challenge is a setup. Write that down. Put it on your bathroom mirror. My challenge is a setup. The Taoists say, the dark is in the light and the light is in the dark. Your challenge, your struggle is preparing you. It's sculpting you. There's a gift in it that you couldn't have gotten any other way. When you remember who you are, life has color again. And you're not in a state of waiting. In every room you walk into, you bring peace. Let me know. Are you here to influence others positively? Wake up. Wake up to love. Be swallowed by a holy love today. Completely washed, bathed in your remembrance. Love is not holding back. You're the only thing that can limit love's presence in your life. This is authentic power. It's knowing who the power comes from. For me, it's God. I need God. In addiction, we talk about the gift of desperation. When you hit that deepest, darkest point, you are seconds from the miracle. You are seconds from your breakthrough. Have a mustard seed of faith. You don't even need to know how it's going to happen. You don't have to know. You don't need a lot of faith, just a mustard seed. You need one drop of water of holy love. And you break on through to the other side and you receive the blessing and the pain and you move ahead, integrated in greater love and greater wisdom, the two wings of Buddhism, compassion and wisdom. Compassion is the heart. It's the uniting force. It brings things together. Healing means wholeness. And wisdom is your discernment. It's your spiritual eye. It's your ability to cut through the bullshit, to know when you're repeating a pattern, to know what is not your truth. Wisdom discerns and it divides. You know this, now you know this. You know you don't want this, now you know this. Wisdom comes through experience. So we have these two wings of Buddhism, compassion and wisdom. And the Buddha says, you have the awakened one already within you. And your task right now, not tomorrow, not yesterday, right now, is to release everything in the way. What's in the way? One deep breath together. Let yourself off the hook. Come back to holy love. Your deepest struggle right now. I really need you to hear that. If you're struggling with something, an addiction, binge eating, things I struggled with, please hear this. You are being prepared for your healing. I don't care how long you've struggled, you're exiting it now. Because when you alter your consciousness, when you wake up on the inside, reality changes on the outside. This is what the mystics understand. When you alter the blueprint, which is you, which is your energy, your thoughts, your beliefs, you alter the physical world. The inside is the map of the outside. So my fun assignment for you is to remember that you're the divine. I want you to play a song that gets you in touch with your heart. Play some music, read Rumi, write your own poetry. Drink from the well that never runs dry. Because if you don't drink from that well, you're going to drink from other people. You're going to drink from your levels of success. You're going to need and grasp because you haven't anchored your spiritual power. Anchor into God, plug in, know who owns you. I used to be owned by my addictions. I used to be owned by my self-worth issues. I used to be owned by these things, and I was delivered from that because I'm stubborn and I'm ready to heal. I want to push through to the other side, so I woke up in that. I woke up and I remembered, and I'm remembering right now with you. And from this place of mystics empowerment, now what? Because love is an action. From this place of awakening, what do you do now? The question, what would love do? God moves us to respond to the calling, and God asks of us more than what we think we can handle. So remember that. As you wake up, you'll be called. As you wake up again, you'll be called. You'll be called to serve others, to build that business, to sing karaoke on stage in front of hundreds. You'll be called to be seen and to serve and to do what you love in a greater way. Because God doesn't look at your limits, God looks at what's possible. So as you wake up, you will be moved to respond to a greater calling, and I want you to know that you can do it. And we'll do it together. So remember, the mystic's power is your awakening to God now, not tomorrow, in this moment. And from that place, how do you move? If you would, take a breath into your heart, because this isn't just a mental thing. This is an embodied, emotional connection to the divine beyond all comprehension. Breathing into your heart. Let your heart, the bridge between matter and spirit, encapsulate your whole body. Breathe into your heart, this liquid light, and let it just fill the electromagnetic field around your body. Feel it connect to the emotion of love in your heart, just the way you are, just the way things are right now. The presence of God doesn't need things to be a certain way. You can have it whenever you want. You can remember now. So we'll share one more deep breath if you would, just to feel this together in community. Big sigh out. What would love do? If you're watching this before March 19th, I have a free online shamanic energy healing. March 19th, live on Zoom. I'll leave all of the good stuff in the description as to how to join us there if you want to go deeper with me and in the Mystics Path community, my interfaith community. Thank you, my love, for being here. If you would share this with somebody that you feel would benefit from this type of mystical awakening. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.